My name is Lorenzo Jennings, and this is my Newton's Third Law Example 5.1 project. So, as you can see, this presentation is about Newton's Third Law. It kind of gives like an example and a look into like what that means and how that's used. So the first question that we ask is, what is Newton's Third Law? So basically what this is saying is that all forces come in pairs. If object 1 exerts a force on object 2, then object 2 must exert a force back on object 1, which is equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. So first we can kind of think about this like in a mathematical standpoint, which is kind of shown down here from Newton's Third Law. So the force of object 1 being exerted on object 2 is equal to the opposite of the force of object 2 exerted on object 1. And as you can see, the magnitude is the same because it is the same force, just given an opposite, being opposite in direction from the vector. Now we can also apply this like to our daily lives, since this law of motion is very prevalent in everything that we do. So for example, the exhaust from a rocket engine gets pushed backwards, and therefore the engine of the rocket gets pushed forwards. So of the same magnitude, but the direction is different and opposite thanks to Newton's third law of motion. So for those of you who might not be physics students and watching this, just a quick intro to some of these vocab words that we've been using so you can better understand what Newton's third law is. A force is any interaction between one object and another that, when unopposed, will change the motion of an object. And the magnitude is the size or extent of that force. So back here when I was saying that the magnitude was the same between these two forces, that means the size of the forces are the same, the only difference being that they're opposite in direction. So we can also kind of apply this to something else like the balloon. So when air leaves the balloon, then therefore the balloon goes up, because every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And that's shown again down here as the balloon pushes escaping air down. It pushes the balloon up. So I have a real world demonstration that I can show you of something that I took. So first I'll play this video, and hopefully we can be able to apply that to Newton's third law of motion. So as you can see, I roll the tennis ball at the wall and it bounces right back. And I do it again and it does the exact same thing. So then the question then becomes, why is this? There, it's working, finally. Here, let's see if it works this time. There you go. Alright, that's the tennis ball being pushed against the wall. So why does this work? Well, this is because of Newton's third law. So when you push on a wall, the wall pushes back on you with a force equal in strength to the force that you exerted. So we can watch this again and kind of picture that same thing, right? When you push it, it goes back at about the same speed. Of course, there's the forces of friction acting upon it, so it's not going to be exactly the same. But this is not like in space in the ideal world where this could be taken. But this is also represented on this picture. So when the tennis ball was rolled towards the wall, the force of the ball acting upon the wall was that you exerted, which produced an equal in magnitude but opposite in direction force that pushed the ball backwards. So that's kind of how this works in real life and how you can kind of imagine this when thinking about how Newton's third law of motion applies to our lives and how this is an example, and there's many, many more that we face in our lives. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed listening. Thank you.